Hey everybody, this is AJ with Wannabe Reefing. Um, just taking some time to set up my first ever YouTube video for this kind of thing. Wanted to document the process and the changes to my tank to keep it a little more interesting over the coming months, and share with you some of the ups and downs and different mistakes and wins that I've learned along the way. Little background on me. I'm from Michigan. Um, I have been reefing for roughly 20 years now. Um, yeah, so learned a lot of things along the way. I've had some pretty cool tanks over the years. Started off with a 90-gallon salt water, like a lot of people, I think, and had some anemone tanks, full packed full of black widows. Um, I've sold some corals online on Reef to Reef over the years. Um, I've had I had a 70-gallon, that I drilled out myself, and ghost overflows and SPS dominant, calcium reactors, calc flosser reactors, uh, everything over the years, just like a lot of you reefers out there. And yeah, so then I've had up to 210 gallon that I drilled, and marine land that I drilled, and ghost overflow, same kind of thing. And in the last 5 years, I've kind of scoped it down. We just sold our house, and I had to get rid of some of the bigger tanks in preparation for that. And I had moved over to this little innovative Marine 20 that I'd gotten off of Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, this is probably a couple years ago I had going, 2, 3, 4 years ago. Um, and I love it. This thing was packed, with some different corals and things over the years, and had a lot of success with it. Pretty simple. Did some auto water changes. I mean, ran calc, you know, um, and it was super self-sufficient and easy to manage. So, um, unfortunately, I lost everything in the move when we had to sell our old house. Moved in with my aunt, and my dad, bless his heart, was trying to watch as best he could, but it just didn't work out. So, kind of a bummer. Had some breeding clownfish that had had since babies, that were probably about 7 years old. Some lightning maroons, and yeah. So, anyways, just getting set up in a new house now, about 4 months in, and was like getting itched to start it back up again. So, yeah, I think this will be a lot of fun. Document the build. Currently, like I said, I'm working with an innovative marine 20-gallon, kind of going for a mixed reef. As you can see, I went to a local Lansing frag swap here in January or beginning of February, and probably a little earlier than I should, but got a couple nice little torches that you can see wafting around in the video here. Picked up a little hippo tang. I know, it won't last long before I have to get rid of this guy, for the size tank, but right now he's doing good. Trying to get him munching on some of the algae, some of that nuisance algae that I have growing in the tank. My biggest problem as of recent has been dinos. My nutrients um, bottomed out on the phosphate side, and the nitrates have been coming up a little bit, but had some issues with that. So, um, anyways, started mixing up some old greenleaf aquariums, mono potassium phosphate, I want to say, um, and been dosing that to the tank to kind of keep them detectable. And that seems to be working. It's helped a lot with the dinos. You can still see some on the sand bed there, and I think I'm going to add a couple snails, couple con- conscious to um, hopefully help keep that sand bed mixed up. Um, Other than that, I won't go too much into it. Other livestock we have are we got a couple pair of clownfish in there. I think one's a frostbite, one's like a gladiator, something like that. And then I got a little Rainford goby that you can kind of see in there, who is awesome. All the years of reefing, I've never had one of those. But he picks the rocks, really interesting, has a lot of personality. Quickly become one of my favorite fish that I've had over the years. Um, um, Picked up a couple cheap SPS just to throw in there as I since I love sticks. Um, and unfortunately, they haven't done very well. You can see they're kind of having some tissue death over the past few weeks, and I don't think they're going to make it. I think I need to let the tank get into some little better stability. But yep, time will tell. So far torches are doing really good. I've been keeping my alk around 8 just through dosing a little all for reef because I've seen some uptake by the corals, um, like zero point 0.1 DKH a day. Calcium's, right around 420, magnesium around 1350. Doing some small water changes every other week. Um, Other than that, running a Radion G5 Pro, XR15 with a couple MP10s, which is probably overkill, and just some filter floss for filtration. So, um, yeah, just wanted to post this. We'll say this is uh, episode 1, but really starting off right around probably the 7 week mark, I'd say, on the fish tank, but still definitely in the early stages. Um, but yeah, just wanted to throw this out there and document the journey. And hopefully, next video, I'll be able to give an update on where the tank is at and in a week or two, and maybe do some more videos on setting up my Apex since I'm running an Apex EL, some of the coding I put in there, and I have just started running Kalkwasser via my ATO, so maybe throw some stuff up there on how I control that calc dosing through the ATO for safe reef, so you don't nuke your reef, which I've done in the past. So, um, anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and. Yeah, subscribe if you can and follow along with me. Yeah, thanks.